Hello everybody and welcome to the Richmond Raceway for the 25th and second to last race of the regular season, our 2004 and our 2003 season here. Jeremy Mayfield, Mark Martin start on the front row for this race as we get underway. Mayfield trying to get his second win of the season. Of course, got the big win at Pocono, his first win in the last 4 seasons to get in the playoffs. Mark Martin battles Dale Earnhardt Jr. for second. Martin already a 2-time winner this season. Junior, of course, a 1-time winner. The caution is already out on the racetrack here. Mayfield leads. We are already under yellow on the first lap of the race. What is happening? Oh, Jimmy Johnson! Your regular season points leaders involved in an accident with Morgan Shepherd and Kyle Petty at the back of the pack. So Kyle Petty just gets hooked by Morgan Shepherd to the inside wall, comes flying back to the track. Nowhere for Jimmy Johnson to go. Gets cleaned out by Morgan Shepherd, sent up the racetrack. Casey Mears, big damage from Kyle Petty right there. That's big for the playoffs, as if he falls below Kurt Busch in the point standings, he would be the first winner below the cut line, and Kurt Busch would be in as Mears gets hit hard right there. Big damage to him. Johnson, Shepherd, Petty, Robbie Gordon all involved as the caution weighs while Mayfield leads. Now on to lap 41, come lap 42, the last lap of stage 1 here. Mayfield leading, Dale Jr. in second. Matt Kenseth trying to fight for his life desperately to stay on the lead lap. His playoff hopes are dwindling race by race, and he may most likely have to win Daytona to get into the playoffs. That might be his last resort, or else it'll be a second straight disappointing season after winning a championship of missing the playoffs, as Dale Earnhardt Jr. now goes to the inside of Jeremy Mayfield for the lead in the stage win. The last lap pass for the stage win's going to happen. Dale Earnhardt Jr. will win stage 1 at Richmond, narrowly beating Jeremy Mayfield. Mike Bliss in third, Jeff Gordon fourth, Greg Biffle fifth, Carl Edwards sixth, Kurt Busch the big time seventh right here as he crosses the line. Mark Martin eighth, Sadler ninth, Harvick 10th. So a huge 4 points there for Kurt Busch, gaining on Casey Mears. That'll be huge going to Daytona. So Junior gets the 6th stage win. Oh, back on the racetrack, we got trouble. We got a car spin. It's Greg Biffle head on hit by the 50 of, I think that's Kevin LePage or Todd Bodine. I think it's Todd Bodine in the 50, just hit Biffle head on. A hard hit right there as he's spinning right back, and then nowhere for the 50 machine of Bodine to go. Slams Biffle head on, and Biffle's day is done after running pretty good inside the top 10, getting good stage 1. As Biffle's having a top 5 run today, but that will all come crashing to an end here in the middle of stage 2 after a hard hit with the 50 machine of Todd Bodine. And the field now trying to go by him. Merging back on the racetrack. We got big problems. A huge pile up coming out of turn 4. Tony Stewart is destroyed. He was inside the top 10. You got him back here. You got the 51. I think he also starts the 51, and Tony Raines gets back on the racetrack, wipes out, gets drilled by Tony Stewart. He spins into the wall, blocks the track, and behind them, all a bunch of guys are piling into each other. Schrader, McMurray, Labonte, Marlin, Petty, Newman. Bobby Labonte also hits Tony Stewart. Big damage for a lot of guys in this caution under this crash. A wild turn event starts this race here in Richmond with Dale Earnhardt Jr., your stage 1 winner in the lead. Casey Mears is officially out of this race with Stewart and Biffle. That's big for Mears. Newman also out. Nemechek, which means he'll have to win at Daytona. But yeah, so it's going to be Casey Mears versus Kurt Busch. This looks like for the last spot. Oh, we got a huge crash. One upside down coming out of turn 2. That is Ken Schrader up and over coming out of the corner. A big hit with Ward Burton, Jeff Burton. So both Burtons in the 0 and the 30. You got Jeff Green involved in this. I think that Matt Kenseth is involved in this at the back end of it. And indeed he is. As it starts when the 4 wide does not work. Hard hits for the Burtons as well as Schrader going up on 2 wheels. Kenseth piles in at the back end of it, but looks okay. Very little damage sustained. Should be able to continue just fine. So another big wreck here at Richmond, starting to turn into a wreck fest, as all these short track races do, as Dale Earnhardt Jr. leads the way. Mayfield second, Jeff Gordon third, Mark Martin fourth, and how about Kurt Busch running in fifth? His opportunity to make his way to the playoffs. There's Jeff Gordon. He gets turned in front of the pack. Jimmy Johnson also involved in front of everybody. Now we're stacking up. Oh, and Sadler's getting drilled by Harvick and Marlin in the back there. As a disaster for Hendrick Motorsports right there, because Jeff Gordon was running in third before Mark Martin turns him coming out of turn 2 right into his teammate Jimmy Johnson, your regular season points leader, is trying to survive the finish of this race and keep his points lead. They both go around. A bunch of guys do good. Sadler's trying to check up and get low, and he gets clipped and gets hit by Kyle Petty right into the path of Kevin Harvick, who T-bones him, who gets drilled by Sterling Marlin. Then Jeff Burton ARCA breaks the 4 of Mike Wallace, and of course the carnage just begins here as the Hendrick boys go around and multiple other drivers involved. And another big crash here in the midst of a wild stage 2 at Richmond Raceway. Dale Earnhardt Jr., Jeremy Mayfield been 1-2 the whole time. They continue to be that way until now. Kurt Busch leading the way here on lap number 79. Coming to lap 80, Kurt is leading. Oh, there was Kyle Petty. He gets turned into the fourth. Spencer into the wall hard. Jimmy Spencer goes. Caution is out. Couple guys come down pit road. What is happening? All sorts of chaos is breaking loose here, Richmond. But Kurt Busch in the lead. If he wins, he's automatically into the playoffs. Doesn't have to worry about points next episode at Daytona. We'll see. He leads his teammate Mark Martin, who's hungry for a third win on the season. How about Bobby Hamilton Jr. in third, replacing Ricky Craven for the remainder of the season. Mikey in fourth, and Jeff Gordon. They're in big trouble in the back. There goes Sterling Marlin, Jamie McMurray, and Kyle Petty. A lot of guys who have numbers in the 40s. Couple of Chip Ganassi dodges. His Kyle Petty gets turned right up into Sterling Marlin. Him and McMurray both slap the wall pretty hard right there. Everyone else continues on, and we continue to race here at Richmond, but we haven't got much racing in, so a lot of wrecking. Seems more like a truck race than it does a Cup Series race. Now Dale Earnhardt Jr. back in the lead here on lap 93, or lap 92, ahead of Jeff Gordon. And oh, there goes trouble. There goes Mike Bliss around. Ricky Rudd involved as well, and he hits Bliss again, who gets hit by Kurt Busch. And more contact, and Bliss is up and over on two wheels. He ends up landing on all fours, but the big thing is Kurt Busch being involved in this and taking some big hits could be detrimental to his hopes of getting above the cut line after this race going to Daytona. He may have to fight from behind at Daytona to keep his playoff hopes alive, but a big hit. Watch this, Kurt Busch right there. Boom. Hit by Michael Waltrip into Mike Bliss, and then he slams the outside wall head on. Hard collision. Dale Jarrett also involved. Now we're going to go on board the 97 of Kurt Busch to watch this crash that may have possibly ruined his dreams of making the playoffs. Oh, he almost got through that, but took a big hit right there at the end of it in the outside wall. He's hoping he can stay within a couple of points of Casey Mears, where he can still be able to outpoint him here, as Kurt Busch is still in the race, but Michael Waltrip is out along with Terry Labonte. They're done for the day. Jeremy Mayfield now hoodless, leading this race with his teammate Casey Kane in second and Bobby Hamilton Jr. in third, Mark Martin fourth, and Dale Jr. in fifth. Here comes Ken Schrader. Mayfield goes into it. There goes your leader to the wall, and he wrecks. Mayfield, your leader, takes himself out at the end of the stage. Unbelievable. And there goes Tony Raines. He gets turned around by McMurray. All hell is breaking loose here at Richmond. That's going to give the lead in the stage win over to Casey Kane. Coming off his first ever win at Michigan, is going to win stage 2 here in Richmond. Bobby Hamilton Jr. second, Martin third, Edwards Earnhardt the top 5, then Rusty Wallace, Jeff Gordon, Ricky Rudd, Jamie McMurray, and Mayfield does end up getting that 10th and final stage point, even after taking himself out here in stage 2 at Richmond. But Casey Kane is a stage win, looking for back-to-back wins to get some hot momentum here. Now we have 95 to go in this race. Here comes Bobby Hamilton Jr. in his second start this season underneath Casey Kane for the lead. His first with the 32 team, replacing Ricky Craven. Behind him it is 3 wide for second. Here comes the rookie Carl Edwards. I believe in only his third start this season, going 3 wide with Kane and Mark Martin. Here comes Dale Jr. We got a 5-car battle for the lead here in Richmond. Can it get any better than this? What a battle we are witnessing as Mark Martin prevails. Hamilton gets shoved wide. Junior powers into second, and Carl Edwards will move through into third, but Mark Martin now leading at Richmond, looking for that third win on the season. Junior in second, Carl Edwards having a tremendous run in third place. And so now we're going to move on to just 9 laps to go in this race. Carl Edwards, the rookie, now leading, trying to get his first career win and only his third start in an unsponsored car. Mark Martin second, hungry for that third win on the season to get more playoff points for the playoffs, to try to get a championship, something that has eluded him over his storied career so far. Now he's chasing out right on the back bumper, Carl Edwards. Here we go. To the inside goes Mark Martin with just 8 laps to go. Makes the move for the lead here. If he can get around Carl Edwards, he might be gone for the win here. And Mark Martin easily clears his teammate Carl Edwards, but still an amazing day for Carl right now, running in second place. Tremendous job by him, doing a whale of a job today, as Mark Martin will lead the way with just 7 laps to go in Richmond. And now we want to just 2 to go in this race. Mark Martin looks well on his way to his 3rd win of the season, his 2nd on a short track. Of course, he's won at Darlington and Dover, his other 2 wins. And 3 wins here tied Elliott Sadler for most of the series. Carl Edwards still doing a tremendous job in 2nd, having a career day and only having limited starts this season. He's doing a hell of a job. Shout out to Carl Edwards today, doing a great job. Now, white flag in the air, final lap, presented by Credit One Bank for Mark Martin here at Richmond Raceway. He has 2 more corners and a straightaway to navigate before he is a winner once again this 2004 season. He's really coming behind us, though. Carl Edwards under fire for second. Here comes Jeremy Mayfield. He's inside of Carl Edwards for second in the final corner. I think he's got him. But Mark Martin will win at Richmond. His 3rd win of the season. Mayfield steals second from Carl Edwards, who still gets a career-best 3rd place finish and a tremendous run. And here comes Jamie McMurray to come home with a very strong 4th place finish today. Casey Kane in the back-to-back top 5s. Elliott Sadler in 6th. Jeff Gordon is a lap down in 7th, as is Bobby Hamilton Jr. in 8th. Johnny Sauter in 9th, and Brendan Gaughan in 10th, as Mark Martin gets his 3rd win of the season, tying Elliott Sadler for most in the series, and is the 37th of Mark Martin's career as he continues to move his way up the all-time wins leaderboard. See the final race results on the left side of your screen. Most notably, Carl Edwards in 3rd, and of course, Mark Martin, your winner. Dale Jr. did DNF in 20th, and you'll see the updated playoff grid momentarily. Now he's at the playoff grid. Of course, Mark Martin slots into 2nd, just behind Elliott Sadler on the playoff points side of the leaderboard, comfortably with 3 wins in the playoffs. Other drivers who clinched their playoff spots on points, who are winners, are Tony Stewart, Dale Jr., Jamie Mack, Casey Kane, and Greg Biffle. So McMurray, Kane, and Biffle clinch on points. Brian Vickers. So going to the regular season finale at Daytona, 4 drivers who have won a race will be fighting for the final spot unless we have an upset winner. Brian Vickers, currently the best looking out of them at plus 23 above the cut line. Dale Jarrett is plus 15. And the bubble battle is just 4 points separating Casey Mears above Kurt Busch for the final playoff spot right now. Matt Kenseth and everyone below him has to win to spoil that party. We'll see what happens. So until next episode at Daytona, I hope you all have a good one.